In the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, the big housing story was how prices were soaring due to the historic shortage of properties for sale. Now this shortfall is spilling over into the rental market. The reason that rents are rising so quickly is more people are competing for places to live. The rental vacancy rate fell to 5.8%, the lowest it's been since the mid-1980s. According to a recent report from Harvard University, and rents spiked in response, rising nearly 20% annually in November in the 50 largest housing markets, according to the most recent Realtor.com data. This is hurting lower income renters the worst, as the housing shortage coupled with high prices is making it difficult to find places to live that fit their budgets. Rental conditions are insane across the country. What's happening in the rental market raises concern about affordability, particularly for lower income housing. Why is there a rental shortage? There were 44 million renter households in the third quarter of 2021, an increase of about 870,000 since the first quarter of 2020, before the pandemic took off in America. There isn't just one simple explanation for the steep rise of renters. At the start of the pandemic, lots of folks lost their jobs and incomes and moved in with their families. Now that the economy is stronger and the job market rebounded, many are venturing back out on their own, which means they need new places to live. There are also couples who split up, who need two residences, as well as a larger population in need of housing following years of non-existing new rental housing. Many renters, including those with the lowest incomes, stayed put during the pandemic, thanks to eviction moratoriums. Even as many of those protections expired, there were no evictions, no waves of eviction, which some real estate experts predicted, that kept the market tight. Even those who can afford to buy a home may prefer to remain renters in the current market. Over the past decade, the percentage of renters earning at least $75,000 shot up 48%, according to the Harvard report. These households now make up just over a quarter of all renters. Some prefer the higher end amenities in some of the new rental buildings, such as co-working spaces, rooftop gardens, and pools. Others simply prefer to live in urban downtown or other desirable areas where there are few homes for sale under $1 million. These renters are also occupying units that are more affordable to moderate income and lower income households. Over time, it's going to drive up rents, even at the low end. It's just the way it's going to be. There are also those who are enticed by the single-family rental market. This allows them to live in a more spacious home with a backyard, often in more suburban areas, without having to worry about coming up with a down payment and closing costs to buy a home. Many renters would be homeowners if they could win in bidding wars and have down payment assistance, right? So another reason for the surge in demand for rental is that many would-be homeowners, they were discouraged by fast rising prices and a lack of homes for sale. As rents have risen, it's become harder for renters to save up for a down payment and closing costs. So instead, they remain tenants and they continue to rent. But where there's a will, there's a way, right? And in the last 6 months, I've helped 22 home buyers buy their dream home using a unique first-time home buyer program. If you'd like to learn more about this program, please feel free to send me a message, DM me, to see if you qualify for this program and if this would be a good fit. So I'm always around and always available, and I look forward to helping you buy your first home.